Where do you live? Where are you singing from?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. All right. Well, great. Well, welcome, and tell us again exactly what you're singing and the composer. Speak very clearly.
Sposa son disprezzata by Vivaldi.
Very well done. Now you're going to have a. Are you going to have a virtual pianist, or is there somebody real that's going to be there playing the piano?
Sadly, virtual.
Well, we're all experts at that. Haven't we become experts? It's a lot of things we had no idea we were going to need to be experts at, right?
Hmm?
Okay. Well, if you're all ready to go, why don't you sing for us?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, Leah. What a piece that is just so amazing. It's just a spectacular uh, aria. You know, the B section has some beautiful declamatory, almost recit sort of uh, singing. It's just, and it's so beautiful, isn't it? Have you really loved working on this?
Yes, I wish I could have the whole roll. I mean, it's just so beautiful.
Oh my.
Much room for ornaments. I love it.
Yeah, and you did a beautiful job with it. Will you do a favor for everybody? Will you go into the chat section and just type out the exact name of the aria, and it's by Vivaldi, everybody. Uh, but this this aria really demands a lot. Oh, Leah, I think you've frozen. Have you frozen? Oh, there you are. You've not frozen. You unfroze. Um, this aria demands so much from the singer. It really, really does. And in addition to the vocal challenges with the long lines and moving up into the high tessitura area, the high notes and trills, and you have to always have this beautiful tone sort of unfolding in front of you. You did a very, very good job of that. There's the title, everybody. Jot that down or save it because it is such a beautiful thing, especially for sopranos. Um, and this requires a great deal of uh, breath control and breath support. There's a couple of lines I was wondering. Well, surely she's going to take a breath right here. Nope, she didn't. She kept moving. Well, at least I'm sure she'll take a breath. No, she didn't do that one either. You really did a beautiful job of this. Now, do you know what form this aria is in?
Um, A, B, A prime.
Right. And we can say the A prime basically because you did some ornamentation of it, right?
Yes.
And I have to ask you, well, I don't have to ask you, but I'm actually gonna ask you, did you come up with the ornamentation yourself?
Yes.
So your teacher didn't say, well, you should really do this, or I wrote out this for you, or anything?
I mean, she said, do something you like and let me improve it. That's what it came down to.
That's a highly intelligent teacher. That's exactly what I tell my students. You know, I maintain veto control. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but but you did a beautiful job of it. You stayed within the framework of the emotional uh, aspect of the aria. Really, really beautifully done. Another thing that is challenging in this aria is that your intonation has to be spot on. You really have to have a keen, finely tuned sense of intonation, and you obviously do. Uh, Now, there's some challenges that, if you don't mind, I'm gonna maybe see if I can't help you with a little bit. For these next few minutes, just pretend that I'm your teacher, okay?
Hmm?
And uh, and I'll and then as soon as we're done, then you can go back to not being my student. But this has some times where you have to move down into your lower voice, right? And what we want, Leah, is we want moving from register to register to be as smooth as possible, right? So how do we do that when we're up on a high G and then Maestro Vivaldi says, well, let's move them way down to a low C or something. There's some large skips downward, aren't there?
Yes.
Uh, and this is one of the great challenges in this piece. So tell us, please, Leah, what, if anything, what do you think about? What are you aware of when you have to make a large leap downward. You know, we all talk about making leaps. We all sort of think making big leaps up into our upper register, upper range, but not so much moving downward. Tell us about how you think about that challenge.
When going down, I always think don't lose the height of the palette. Do not lose it, or else you might go flat and you might get issues. Stay on the voice, don't go off the voice, keep the air, keep supporting, and hopefully everything will be all right.
Exactly. And that would have been the very first thing that I would have recommended to you about keeping the soft palate high as you come down. Sometimes our soft palate wants to sort of collapse when we're kind of done singing our high voice, our high notes. It's like, oh, I'm up on this A flat. This is so lovely. Aren't I amazing? My soft palate is nice and high, and I am cooking with gas, right? Oh, here comes a low E flat, and the soft palate goes, cool. I'm off work now. I don't have to deal with a low E flat. I know that Leah can sing that under any circumstances and doesn't need me around. Wrong. We need that soft palate to be beautifully arched and lifted, right? Now, uh, here's, I want to talk to you about one other thing, and then I'm going to have you try a couple of these things out. In other words, go back and sing part of the aria again. By the way, you're in a lovely concert hall. Isn't this so cool? I mean, um, we've all been there, right? I mean, you're in my home right here. This is my music room. See, there's a piano over there. I'm looking to see. I have two corgis who are in the other room, uh, but you know, this is how we deal with what we have to deal with, right? So let's see. Where was I? What was I saying? You're going to sing this again.
Downwards.
And the downward leap. Oh, I know what I was going to say. This has to do with your tongue, okay? So uh, this is another kind of interesting thing to keep track of, and it'll be very helpful as you either skip downward or upward. And I think it's important to imagine the 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 low voice as being very similar to the high voice. We sort of produce it in the same way, okay? We want our tongue to be very flat and wide. We don't want it bunching up. We don't want it getting tense or kind of forming like a bowl. We want it nice and flat and wide. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Uh, so just a couple of Italian things. You speranza, right? Speranza. That R is flipped.
Speranza.
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 Sì, certo. So do you know the R rule? You can say no. It's okay to say no.
No, if it doesn't come before, if it's not sandwiched in between two vowels, it's not r, it's r.
It's okay. So actually, that's very good. So if it's a single R and if it is adjacent to two vowels, if there's a vowel on one side or the other of the R, then the R is flipped. And people, if you haven't heard this, write it down. So that's called an intervocalic R. Intervocalic R. That R, the intervocalic R, is flipped. In every other instance, this is kind of this is a little bit simplified. There are exceptions, but not very many of them. If the R is at the beginning of the word, it's rolled. If it's at the end of the word, it's rolled. If it's within a word and it's next to a consonant, it's rolled. Okay, got it? You had it absolutely right. I'm just kind of saying it in a slightly different way. Okay, so that speranza,
Speranza.
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 That's it. That's it. We want that last ah to be very pure ah, not
Ah.
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 That's it. You just
Ah.
did it perfectly. And I could tell through the miracle of technology, because you've got a little camera right in front of you, right? Your tongue was absolutely flat. That was a perfect ah vowel. Okay. Is everybody following? If anybody has questions, put them in the chat. Okay. Uh, Now, I want you to start this again, and I want you to imagine the vowels being incredibly long. I want you to spin those vowels out, and I want you to continue to pronounce the vowels during the whole period of the vowel. You know, the in other words, say you've got a dotted half note and it's on an ah vowel or an eh. Just keep saying eh the whole time. Don't let the vowel uh, mutate. Okay. So let's do maybe the first 10 bars. Okay.
Cool.
Are you drinking coffee? Okay. Leah, very good. Very good. Could you tell that your sustaining of those could you tell that your sustaining of those vowels was really good for your voice?
Yeah.
That was so good. Your vibrato just evened right out when you were insisting on that vowel. Absolutely insisting on it. Another thing that was really really good was your beautiful ah vowel. There's that you get a chance to trot out the beautiful pure ah vowel. Sposa. It's like hello. There's that beautiful ah vowel, and it's an ah vowel, a beautifully produced ah is like balm on our throat. Very, very, very good. Uh, I also just noticed, uh, even though this is something like an 8 minute aria, isn't it? It's a very long aria. Uh, I noticed that your posture is very, very good. Very good. When you do, I'm just throwing stuff out because we could work on this aria for hours. It's that intricate of a thing. When you do and you're doing beautifully it's a lovely nuanced dramatic presentation that's there. Okay, when you do this looking down, make sure that you motivate that you're look make sure that you're down and then back up. What we don't want is head shaking. Now, this is just my opinion, uh, but believe me, I've been yelled at by some of the best directors in the world. So the head the moving, especially in this period, is more stylized, you know, and so you're when it was beautiful when you did sort of a thing where you look down during an interlude, right? And just have the courage to just do one thing. You're like, oh, I'm so sad, this is so sad for me. Okay, you know what, I'm going to sing some more. See what I mean? And that can be your inner dialogue with your, um, very, very good. Is there, now I know you've got your little pocket piano player there. Can we go on a little bit?
Of course. From the chili.
See, and let me just say that I thought that you're going into the lower part of your voice was more even this time. Keeping that soft palate up, keeping your flat tongue, and keeping the tone spinning, spinning, spinning. You keep a track of all this stuff? There you go. She's taking notes, everybody. Watch out.
Il mio sposo, il mio amor, la mia speranza.
Almost made it. Okay, good. Now, Leah, I'm, I mean, part of it, part of this may be that you were a little bit nervous when you did it the first time, but I'm telling you that those long phrases and the sustaining of those long pitches on the e vowel and the ah vowel, the vibrato is much more regular, much more regular. Does it feel nice and free and spinny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't know. Allie, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm gonna before I wrap up with Leah, we have one more or two more.
We have two more.
Okay, I better wrap up with Leah. Leah, now let's go back to Leah if we can. Leah, Leah, you chose the world's longest aria. You know that, right?
Uh, I could have brought it like. Actually, no, I did choose the longest thing you've been singing.
But it's also incredibly beautiful. Um, I want you to think about these things and these things that I've talked to you about. Um, please discuss them with your teacher and please actually please congratulate your teacher. Your teacher's doing a lovely job with your voice. I can tell that you're very serious about your singing, and I wish you all the best in the future. Something tells me that I will hear about you down the road. I mean, just stick with it and keep practice. You're a good practicer, aren't you?
Well, I tried to be. I need more discipline, but I tried to be.
Don't we all? So, anyway, well done. Everybody, give Leah a hand. Well done, Leah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so next we're gonna have Cooper. Cooper, are you ready? Awesome. Okay.
Hi, Cooper. How are you doing?
I'm good, sir. How about you?
I'm great. So, in contrast to Leah, you've chosen a song that's probably an eighth as long, maybe even less than that. So you're just going to roll it out, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you're going to sing, and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and why you love to sing.
My name is Cooper Perez. I'm from Washington State. I love to sing because, fun fact, it actually helped me to read. I am dyslexic, and I was put in a reading program, and I started reading instead of reading the words. I started singing it, and the rhythm, and then just the vocal inflection that helped me learn to read. So I fell in love with that, and then I started doing musical theater, and then I found my way into more classical music, and that's why I love to sing.
That's
I,
great. We're so happy to hear you. Tell us what you're going to sing, Cooper.
I'm going to sing De Cabello Masuti by Fernando Obradors.
All right. And so this is so Leah's aria was about 27 minutes long, and this is about 27 seconds long, right?
Yes, sir.
But it's beautiful and charming, and we are very, very much looking forward to hearing you. Let us have it.
Del cabello más sutil que tienes en tu trenzado, de una cadena para traerte a mi lado. Una carras en tu casa, chiquilla quisiera ser para besarte boca cuando fueras a beber. Oh.
Cooper, thank you so much. Um, this is such a well. What kind of song is this? What would if you were to categorize this song?
A love song, or
Yeah,
a love ballad.
yeah, exactly. It's yeah, it's just a love song, you know. Um, and oh, tell us what language this is in.
Spanish.
So is Obradors a Spanish composer?
He is from Spain.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trick you. He's a Spanish composer.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I was right.
You were like, wait a minute.
Oh,
Yes, I think.
yes.
So here's the deal. Yeah, usually the second person that sings uh, always gets to have the benefit of the first person that sings, and you're thinking, oh, I think that it's probably important to Professor de Hann that the A vowel is very pure and that the soft palate is nice and high. You know, I mean, you were listening, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not the only one taking notes, or she's not the only one taking notes.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Well, um, I want you to think now. This is just okay. I want things to be as simplified as possible. I don't want you thinking about a lot of technical things when you're singing a love song to your girlfriend, right? I mean, it should come from your heart, right? So I want it to be super simple. And I want the number of things that you are thinking about as you're singing to be at a minimum. In fact, it'd be great if all you're doing is feeling this song. You're just singing this beautiful song to. I'm assuming you're singing it to your girlfriend. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other because I want it to be very meaningful to you, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to imagine that your tone is. Are you a football fan?
I'm a football player.
Oh, you're a football player.
Yes, sir.
Good for you. What position do you play?
I've been working at the center spot recently. I play guard a little bit too.
Excellent. Well, many years ago, I played basketball. I was the point guard for my high school basketball team. And then I went to college and I thought, oh, great. And everybody was better than me when I did the big step up to college. And then I thought, I think I'm going to take a stroll over to the music building. The best decision I ever made, right? But so you're a football player.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, if you play on the offensive line, you probably don't. Well, if you're the center, you're the first person that handles the football, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you know what a spiral is.
Yes, sir.
All right. So if your quarterback is a super good quarterback, well, explain the spiral to anybody that maybe doesn't know this.
It's when you throw something, it spins.
Yeah. And so this is how I want you to think about your voice and your singing. And when you're singing that line, it should be spinning, 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 spinning. Because a beautiful spiral, the ball is going to go much further than if it's kind of wobbly, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to start this song again, if you would, and imagine that the tone is spinning. Now, I said to Leah, I talked to her about repeating the vowel. Like if you're on a beautiful vowel, all these vowels are beautiful. Love your vowels. Hello. So repeat the vowel over and over again. So you're going to constantly be repeating the vowel. Okay. It worked for Leah. It just might work for you too. Okay. You want to try it?
All right. So just sing the vowel over again.
That's one thing. Yeah, well, not just sing the vowel over again. Just think of repeating the vowel constantly while you're on it. Don't just let it because then it doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like restarting it.
Yeah. Well, it can be as simple as repronouncing the vowel constantly.
Okay.
Okay. So you consider yourself a baritone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very well. Very well done the first time. Now let's do it. Let's do it again and see if you can. And all the things I said to Leah apply to you too.
Okay.
Okay. That doesn't mean you have to remember everything, but the tongue should be nice and flat and wide, kind of out of the way. Now, and I can say this also to Leah, who's still here. If you're doing an E vowel, yeah, the back of the tongue comes up. That's just pronouncing the vowel, but we don't want it to be kind of bunched up. It just comes up. It just comes up while we're pronouncing the E. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's try it again. Okay, Cooper.
That's it.
El cabello más sutil que tienes en tu trenzado es de una cadena acá, tráete a mi lado.
Okay, good. Got his pianist right in his pocket there. That's cool. Very well. That was great. I heard more activity in your phrases, and they were moving and they were going somewhere. That's really, really good, Cooper.
All right.
Really good. Okay. Okay. Now, sometimes you're guilty. I wasn't going to bring this up. But Cooper, sometimes I hear you scooping a little bit. You know what I mean by scooping? Yeah, coming in from underneath the intended pitch. Now, that is in most states against the law, Cooper.
Most states.
Non scoopare Don't
No, no
scoop.
scoop. Okay.
Okay, it's just not worth it. It's just that you're too young. Just don't do that scooping stuff. Okay.
Yes,
Even
sir.
in this song, with there's a little bit. This is a kind of a popular kind of song, and but sometimes there are times when scooping a little bit is part of the style.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, it's pretty rare. And the best thing to do is learn a song without the scooping thing.
Yes, sir.
Am I being clear?
Yeah. Scooping is bad. Don't do it. Stay away from it.
That's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're done with scooping as of this moment, Cooper.
No, I'm quitting scooping for good.
Good. Yay. So but I'm telling you, your tone was spinning beautifully. Let's go back to the beginning, and we're going to do that beautiful tone without ruining it with scooping, right?
All right.
That's
Yes,
that's last I'm going to mention it.
because you want me to. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Del cabello más sutil que tienes en tu trenzado es de una cadena para traerte a mi lado. Un'alcarraz en tu casa, chiquilla quisiera ser, para besarte en la boca, cuando fueras a beber. Oh.
Everybody give Cooper a hand. Beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
Cooper, I only counted 2 scoops, so you got to work on that, okay?
Yes,
You
sir.
went, oh, is that notated in the music? Oh,
No, sir.
yeah, then don't do
that.
that. I thought I was clear with you.
I'm sorry, sir.
Can you tell I have children of my own that say, excuse me, perhaps I wasn't clear. Very, very good job, Cooper. Well done, and good luck next fall in the football season.
Thank you.
But beautifully sung. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Allie.
Okay, so our last singer is Brianna. Are you here? Awesome. Okay.
Where's Brianna? Are you muted?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Where do you come from?
Pennsylvania, but right now I'm in Virginia.
Oh, okay. Excellent. You're in school in Virginia?
No, I'm just visiting. I went on a hike today.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's good. What are you going to sing for us?
If I Loved You from Carousel.
Oh, beautiful. I love that musical. Just love it. Very serious sort of subject matter. And have you sung the role?
No.
Yeah. So I'm glad we get to do a music theater piece. That's great. When I say we, I mean you. I'm not going to sing it. Okay. Now, do you have a pianist?
No, I just have a recording of it.
Okay.
Backtrack.
Excellent. Well, let's hear it. We're very happy to have you.
I love you, time and again I've tried to say all I want you to know. If I love you, just when it comes in easy way, round in circles I go, longing to tell you the truth. Like a free and sure, I've left my golden chances for live on. Oh, you leave me, hope you would go and miss again. Never, never for
So what kind of a, first of all, that was beautiful. That was such a, it's such a beautiful love song. Uh, so and the recording that you played that you sang with, it didn't really, it was hard for us to hear it exactly, but what kind of a recording was that?
just on online that I found. I mean, online I found.
So you have a beautiful voice. It's so wonderful. All three of you singers, just really beautiful singers, and it's very clear that singing is very important to you. I want you to imagine. It's Brianna, right?
Yes.
That like I was saying with Cooper, to keep to simplify things, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you come in, and it's a little bit tricky because it starts low, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You're a soprano, right?
Yes.
So when you sing, if I love you, so I want you to imagine, this is just us working on this, right? Uh, you would probably do it maybe somewhat differently on stage when you're in character. But I want you just to imagine that first vowel. What's the first vowel that you sing, Brianna?
If
Yeah, it's an I sound, um, as in if. That was a little joke, wasn't that good? Um, it's I, as in if. So I want you to imagine that you're just going to start that I vowel and you're just going to spin. You're going to procrastinate on going to the consonant F. So if I, so you're going to stay on the vowel as, and then you're going to go I. That's a diphthong, right? It's ah and e at the end. You're going to stay on the ah as long as you can. You're going to major in vowels and you're going to minor in consonants, okay? Okay, so can we start that again? And just really try to impress everybody. Sorry. Believe I interrupt myself all the time, and so you're going to go, okay, I'm ready, and then I'll think of something, and I'll start talking again. Okay, so try to impress everybody with the purity and clarity of your vowels. Okay. All right.
With the music?
Yeah.
Okay. If I love you time and again, I'm trying to
All right. Okay. Already, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Already that was you have
There you go. Okay.
no control over your technology, do you? None.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go, but those vowels were beautiful. Could you tell they were better produced?
More focused, yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna go. This is just you got to take a breath in the middle of that line, right? You know why?
Why?
Yeah. Do you know why?
No, tell me.
Yeah, you're not about to. No, it's because we have to have breath in order to sing, right?
Yes, right, yes, okay.
If we look, I've had several times on stage. Actually, I could probably more than 10 times I have been on stage with the paying public out there and I've run out of air. Not a good thing. And so I thought, I better give this some thought, right? Because nobody likes to hear, right? Nobody's going to want to pay $95 a seat for that. So
Right.
take a breath, please. Take a breath. Nobody cares how long you can. This is true. You can take this to the bank, Brianna. Nobody cares how long you can hold a line. If you run out of air at the end of it, then that's not good, right? So take your breath. If I loved you time and again, or whatever did I get the words right?
Mhm.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
I'm a music theater genius. There's no doubt about that. Okay? So let's try it again and get some extra air and what are we majoring in?
Pure vowels. Vowels.
Exactly right. All right, let's try it again.
Okay.
I know, Allie, just a couple of more minutes, okay, Allie? Okay.
If I love you, time and again, I would try to say all I want you to know.
Very good. Keep going.
If I love you, what would it come in easy way? Round in circles I
That's it. Beautiful.
longing to tell you, but how free and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. You leave me off to go in the distant day. Never, never would
Brianna, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I would say now, like I said to Leah, um, talk about this stuff with your teacher but you know your teacher's going to say, yeah, he's right. The vowels are important. You got to be on those vowels. And so you just really you made a big improvement just in the space of 12 minutes. Okay. Or however many minutes. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for singing for us today. That's Brianna, everybody. Drive carefully. Okay, Allie, that's it, I guess. Look at it,
Yeah,
7
so that is the end of the hour. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for singing. You guys are all so talented, and thank you, John. That was awesome. Yeah, make sure you guys come to other classes. We'd love to see you guys again. Yeah, have a great day, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I'm always gonna remember that now.
Totally. Absolutely.